So Robert, there's a lot of different ways that trainers can exercise their greyhounds, including a walking machine, swimming, and probably the most common thing is free galloping. What is the method that you use?
We basically get free gallop almost every day. They don't gallop on race days, and they don't gallop the day after they race. In saying that, we also take 2 to 3 dogs every morning up the bush for a walk, just to change the routine on a few of them, stimulate them, just to get them out of their boredom, and basically that's what we do. But look, as you said before, there's lots of different ways to train a greyhound, and it's been proved whether it's swimming, walking machines, or galloping, or walking it. They've all worked, and as I said, the main thing is to be satisfied yourself. You're getting that dog fit and stimulated in that he's focused for racing.
So you can use a combination of different ways to exercise. I guess with galloping, it's probably that little bit more intense and helps them to build up muscle.
Yeah, look, I think myself galloping is very, very good in that you'll get, when you free gallop, you do get some dogs that are a little bit lazy, so you've got to try to work out how to make it gallop, but that's why we use a motorbike. But in general, I believe that dogs, when they first start galloping, you can see that it does take a little effect on them, but they get over the hump and you can see they're a lot fitter and they're tougher. And I think that does them really well for a tough racing campaign.
So how often or how long do you gallop them for on a particular day?
That can vary by dog, or depends how hard they do it. Sometimes it would be no more than 1 to 2 minutes. Some dogs it might be 3 to 4 minutes, but it all depends how hard they do it. But we try to get them to do, aside from their own free galloping, with the motorbike, stretch them out and maybe do 1,000 metres, something like that. So it's most of the work would be done at 80%. They're not doing what they would do in a trial, but ideally I love seeing dogs work at about 80% pace, and doesn't take the edge off them, but it certainly helps the airways and fitness.
So you can't control whether they're going at 60%, 80% or 100%, and I guess it's that balance of how long you keep them in there for as to...
It's not only how long you keep them in there, it's matching them up with another dog that suits them. So in other words, you may put a dog that works way too hard, you may put with a lazy dog on the other side, so that they balance each other out, and one slows the other one down, the other one gets the other one going.
Trialling, is that obviously to have a look at a track before racing, but is it a form of exercise as well that trainers use to get dogs fit?
Well, that's, as I said, there's a lot of ways to train dogs. A lot of trainers and a lot of good trainers trial their dog in between races, and obviously it works. I don't. I think I use all my trialling up until they start racing. Then the only time they would actually trial is coming back from a slight spell or going to a new track. But in general, I'd like to, once they're getting into the racing system, I like to try race them once a week, and they don't need to trial other than, as I said, changing tracks.
And the walking machine, probably for maintaining fitness more than anything else?
Yes, and I think too, what suits certain people. They may live in the suburbs and it's a lot easier to do that than go out into the traffic and the glass and everything else. So look, as I said, all those things work, and I've seen people swim dogs and get results. As I said, and walk and trial have got results, but you do what suits you, what you feel suits you, and the way we do it, galloping almost every day. And I think there's been a trend over the last 20 years that a lot of professional trainers have gone that way. You can work a number of dogs in a short time, whereas once upon a time, by going for a walk for half an hour, you've really only done a couple of dogs, so you've got to go and do it again if that's your system.
It's a convenience thing.
Yep.